Gunter?
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
I'm here to steal content, and I'm here to profit off of it.
Good afternoon, boys, girls, and MBs of all shapes, sizes, colors, and orientations. Welcome to the one, the only Eleganter stream. So good to have you all. We have a special guest in the chat that I would like to address. I pushed back my 1 o'clock appointment for you, my dude. So we got a little bit less than an hour to do this thing, okay? Let's see if we can hash this out. Where you at? You on Discord? You on what platform you use to talk to people? Let's talk. Here, I'll just hit him up on Twitch. Let's see if he's got a Discord. I don't see anything. Follower only chat. How the fuck am I supposed to reach out to this guy? Is this even the real guy? Oh, it's the real guy. It's the real guy. I know that face. We'll just see if this gets it.
איפה הוא?
צריך ישר, לא?
לא, לא ראיתי אותו, נעלם. איפה הוא? צ'אט! מה קורה, קינג? איך הוא נעלם? יכול להיות שהוא התרסק לאנשהו?
Come on, man. Let's go. Let's do this.
תראה פרטי בטוויץ', נראה לי הבחור רוצה לדבר איתך.
There we go.
He wants to talk now?
Yeah, let's go. I pushed back, see if this hostile.
איפה הוא?
צריך ישר, לא?
לא,
Just for
לא
you,
ראיתי
buddy.
אותו,
Just
נעלם.
for you. Let's do it. Get Discord. Where do I stand on vegan ethics? I think being vegan is the ethically correct thing to do, but it's not something that I particularly focus in on. So I am knowingly making an unethical choice by not being vegan. It is just not worth it to me, personally. It's not gonna fix anything globally, and the animal industry is going to, like, if we could make a systemic version of veganism, that I would support that, and I would get on board. I would literally give up meat for that. But until that point, it's just not worth it for the inconvenience and the price. Good take, thank you. No, I mean it's objectively the it's objectively like the correct thing to do to be vegan. I'm lazy, sorry. Well, he knows we're ready. What's going on? We gotta reopen this. Come on, buddy.
By enemies
Come on, buddy.
unseen
Any minute.
Sailor Marine.
and unexpected. In the midst of an
We're not watching. We're not watching state funded propaganda. Here's a Discord. Perfect. I don't think that's true. I think it's worthwhile. But if it's just a performative contradiction, I don't really see an issue with that. No, it is. I'm not saying it's not worthwhile. Like, obviously, you're putting a drop in the bucket, and a drop is a drop, right? But like, I have other things I'm focusing on, so it's whatever. I just can't bring myself to care that much about it. Let's just put it. It's like, okay, here. Let's put it this way. I got a great parallel. I think that sweatshops are wrong. Regardless, I still buy shirts that were likely made in sweatshops. Why do I do this? They're a lot cheaper. And, you know, I could squeeze my budget a little bit and make it work so that I can afford the more expensive American-made clothes that are unionized, hopefully. But I simply don't think that it's worth it right now. It's just not in the cards. Like, is it? Yes, but it's like, it's laziness. At the end of the day, it's laziness, okay? I am doing other things, I'm working on other projects, and I simply do not want to invest time or energy in that right now. That's all. I DM this motherfucker on Discord. Let's go, man. Come on. I pushed back an appointment just for you. I'm not obligated to waste my time on you, but I'm choosing to. Let's see if we can hash this out. Come on.
בדיסקורד? הוא דחה את הפגישה בשבילי, אוקיי. אוקיי.
All right. I sent him a Discord DM. I'm just waiting. Though I think, go to live stream? Wait, why go to live stream? I'm not doing this through his live stream. I have his Discord. Okay. Go to the waiting in Discord? Okay, that fine. Fine. If that's how he wants to do it, fine. I'll be the away team, whatever. You can barely see the chat, sorry. What's going on with chat? Oh, that's, hold on, that's Twitch chat. Where's my YouTube chat? There it is. Sorry about that. If we can hash this out now, I'll just jump back up. Like, like, not that I want, like, I don't know. We'll talk about it. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
How's it going, man?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you?
Could be better, man. How are you?
Why, you are at war or something?
I'm not talking about that with you. Let's cut to the chase.
Oh, okay. So I saw that you made some videos about me.
I made a video about you, yes. And I live streamed that disgusting shit you said to my friend.
What did I tell her?
You harassed her while she was working.
What did I say to her?
You said, let's debate, let's talk. And I believe somebody also said in whatever language you speak, I don't know, that you called her mom a whore or something. And also all of your chatters were going over there saying that she should get raped and get AIDS. So that's not cool. And I don't.
Well, I think it's not cool. You're correct, but
okay. So hold on. So let me stop you. So did you ban them?
What?
Did you ban them?
Who?
The people who went over and said that.
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Prove it.
I don't need to prove it.
Yeah, you do. I want logs.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
You're not controlling
You're lying
me.
out of your ass unless you prove it.
So you are. So if, let's say, what's his name? This Hamas Abi, yeah? Hassan Abi, sorry. If
I'm
he's
not
going
talking
to...
about... No, stop this.
Wait.
No, you shut the fuck up. You came into my stream and asked to talk.
Oh.
We're not talking
Yeah, I
about
want to
Hasanabi.
talk, but
We're not talking. No. Stop.
Wait, you
hold
are
on.
calling me a Zionist prick, and you don't
Yes,
want
I
to let me
did.
speak.
Yes, I did. Now hold
So
on
that's
1 second.
racism.
Now
That you're racist.
stop. You stop. The one thing that I want to talk to you about is what you did to my friend. If you want to talk about that other shit some other time, we can do that. We can set that up. But the first thing we're doing is talking about my friend and addressing that. Do you understand?
So can I? First of all, don't commend me. You're not.
I'm going to fucking command you, dude. You
But-
shit on my friend, and you have to answer
No,
for
I
that.
did. I wanted to debate her. I didn't shit on her. I wanted to debate her.
Stop. Yes, you did. You allowed your chat to go in there and tell her that she should get raped and get AIDS.
So if you're
So
allowed,
show me that you
means
banned
are
them.
right.
Show me the logs that you banned them, and then maybe we can set up a debate. But
No,
until then,
no,
I'm not
no,
rubbing
it-
your dick. Okay? Sorry.
Do you want to?
I don't particularly want anything to do with you, but if you would like to debate, we can set that up after you prove that you banned those assholes.
But I think you're being a little bit hostile. Okay?
Yes. Good
I
call,
never
man.
called.
Good
I never
catch.
called. It's not gonna listen. I wanted to debate her, and she immediately banned me.
Then go to her DMs. Why do you do
Yeah.
it while she's working?
What is working? She is
What do you
streaming
mean?
to.
That's how she makes her fucking income, dude. She's working.
Yeah,
And
okay,
technically,
so-
you're her coworker and you're a representative of Twitch as a partner, and you are very unprofessional. So I think that I deserve an apology at the very least.
By wanting to debate, I'm unprofessional.
Then, yes, you are unprofessional because you don't walk into somebody's fucking office and be like, debate me, bro, and that's what you did. And it's very
she's
unprofessional.
Not a bro, man. She's not a bro. Don't talk to her like this.
It's a turn of phrase. Shut the fuck up. You
have to be a little bit more respectful, man.
Let's start with this. How about an apology? Let's start with that.
Calling.
Apologize. Stop. Apologize for interrupting my friend while she was working. Start with that.
I feel like I'm talking to my dad.
Good. It should.
No, it's not good. I'm trying to speak to you. You are trying to educate me.
Then speak. Apologize. Start with that.
No.
Okay. Well, then I guess we're done here.
Apologize about what?
Apologize for interrupting her while she's working.
Dude, if I write on someone's chat, am I interrupting them?
You literally went onto her stream with your viewer base of 70, 80, 90, whatever fucking people.
Bro,
and they all went
no.
over and brigaded her chat while she was working and started saying that she should get raped and get AIDS. Answer for that.
If I would send somebody deliberately to do that,
No. This isn't about being deliberate. You literally
Yes, it is. You have to prove intent. I had no intent of doing that, so you cannot blame me for it.
Even if that's true, you still were very unprofessional. You did not
By
DM
what?
her.
By trying to debate her?
While she was working, yes. That's not how you do it, man.
So if I'm typing in someone's chat, am I interrupting them?
So if you do not endorse what your chatters did, show me the ban logs.
Can you answer my one question that I have? If I type in somebody's chat, what do you mean? Do I get one?
You
What
get
is
one.
this?
I'm being nice. I'm giving you one. I will answer one of your questions.
No.
Go
You're
ahead.
first. Okay. So
Go
this
ahead.
is not
No,
going
ask
to work.
it. No, I'll answer
You're not
one for
coming.
anybody. Go ahead.
You really don't want to talk about this. You just want to be cool in front of your viewers. Okay.
No, this
But
isn't
you
about
really-
being cool in front of my viewers.
Yeah,
this is about
it
the
is
shit
because
that
you
you
are
did to my friend.
shouting. No, your friend is fine. I asked to debate her
I know
and she
she's
banned me.
alive. She still got told by your chatters that she should get raped and get AIDS. So show me the ban logs now.
Listen to me, okay? You are not in control here.
Sure,
Okay,
I'm not, buddy. You've proven
Yeah,
that.
you're not. Yes,
I can
of
hang
course.
up whenever the fuck I want, man.
Yes,
I am
you
in
can,
perfect
but
control here.
you are in control of your own speech on
I'm
how
sorry.
you talk.
Does your
and how you
dick feel
conduct
small,
yourself.
dude? Do your balls feel tiny? Have I shrunk
do,
in them?
actually-
is that what?
actually,
Is
I
that
do
why
have-
you're trying to gain control here? Is that what this is? A control, a power grab to you?
Bro, first of all, I do have a small dick. You don't have to belittle me.
I can
okay?
tell.
It's already small. It's already small. So why you are doing this, man? You're insulting me.
I'm doing this
Why would
because
you
I
do
want an
that?
apology. You try to bring up Palestine. You try to bring up Zionism and Hassanabi. I don't even like Hassan that much anymore, just so you know.
Can you apologize for calling me a small dick?
Sure, sorry.
For what?
For calling you a small dick.
Okay, apology accepted.
Okay, how about you apologize to me?
So I need to apologize to her for trying to debate about Palestine. I apologize for that. I shouldn't have tried to raise a debate and talk about these issues that are very affecting to me because I live it. And I apologize that I expected to have a conversation with somebody about it.
No. Apologize that you interrupted her work.
But okay, so if you tell me that typing in someone's chat is interrupting their work, I will apologize for it.
It's about it's not even just that you typed in her chat, dude. Come on. We both know that's bullshit.
Yes, it is.
It's not. Come on. I
was
have
banned
the clip.
after.
I literally have the clip.
show the clip when I got banned. I got banned 1 moment after I asked for debate. That's it. I didn't type anything
You literally
else.
went onto her stream, and your chatters went over and told her that she should get raped and
cannot
get
control
AIDS.
them. I
Okay,
cannot
well then
control
show
them.
me you can ban them. Show me the ban logs. Show them.
Listen, I cannot control my chat. Whatever
You can,
they did,
you, no,
I
that's bullshit.
don't endorse
that's
it.
That's weak-minded
okay?
bullshit. Show me the
No,
ban
it's
logs.
not.
Show
I
me
will
the
not
ban
show you the
logs.
ban. I will not fall into
Then we're
this.
done.
You are not controlling.
Then we're done here.
Do
You
you
can't
want to
apologize
debate,
for interrupting her work. You can't show me the ban logs. So clearly you endorse that behavior.
But I'm not interrupting anybody's work by
Yes,
typing
you
in their
did.
chat.
Yes, the
it
fuck
doesn't work
you
like
did.
this.
Your
but
chat.
it doesn't work like
your
this.
chat. Yes, it does. Your chat went over and told
Oh look,
my
somebody
friend.
from your chat came and said Israel are the real terrorist state. Can you ban them,
If
please?
anybody from my fucking chat goes over to his chat and starts typing, you are banned. Tell me who it was. I'll ban him.
Madis.
Madis?
Yes, you know him.
No. Let me look.
You don't have to ban him. I don't care.
Fine.
I don't care. You can do whatever
I'm
you
willing
want
to
in your
stand my
chat.
convictions.
It's okay. Do you want to really talk about the real issues, or you want to keep?
I
white
want you
knighting
to
this lady?
either apologize for interrupting my friend's work, or I want you to show me the ban logs. One or the other, or both would be preferable.
She wasn't. If she's interrupted by somebody asking for debate, she doesn't have a future in this business. I'm sorry,
What the
and
fuck
you know
are you
it.
talking about? You don't walk up into somebody's office and start yelling at them. You don't do that.
I didn't yell. I asked for debate. I
You
did
said
not yell.
your exact words were,
Yeah.
"What are you? What is it? Are you Palestinian? Are you playing the victim card?" That's rude as fuck.
Yeah, but it was to my chat. It was not to her. She
No,
didn't listen to it.
That's rich, dude. That's rich. You are such a pussy. You are the biggest fucking pussy. You can't even stand by the shit that you did. Disgusting. Disgusting.
What?
We are done
What
here.
did-
We're done.
I
We're
did.
done, dude.
Listen,
We're done.
I did say those things, but I said it to my chat, not to her.
Goodbye. Well, that went well. Whew. I think I did pretty well. That was Matt Buhaz, our lovely Zionist friend, who endorses sexual harassment. Hello, everybody. You'll have to forgive me. Those who haven't seen it, we'll just here. Want to see? Want to see? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what our buddy did. To my close friend. Go ahead,
לא צנוז נכנס, יאללה. איך קוראים לה? בת שרמוטה. לא, טינה 2. טינה 2.
Can you please find content? Oh my god, oh my god.
Come debate me, lady. I'm not, don't be afraid.
Yeah,
Let's
man,
talk.
I'm so scared. I'm shaking my fucking
I don't have to debate. Hi, Summer. I don't have to debate that motherfucker. I offered him a debate. I said, if you want to debate with me, there is one way in. There's one way in. You either apologize or you show me the ban logs. And he could not balls up and do either. So there's no way. I'm not giving him my time and I'm not giving him my content.
Woman. Let's talk about the situation.
Woman.
This is just like harassment at this point.
It's not harassment. It's
Ban
not,
everyone.
let's
This
find
is
the
so
truth.
psycho.
Let's find
This
the
is, like,
truth, lady.
psychotic,
What are you afraid of?
man. This
Come
is,
on.
Like, psychotic. This is like,
Yes, I want an apology for his chat going over there. That's his chat. He is responsible for them, and I would do the same thing for my chat. If my chat starts going up into other people's live streams and saying that they should get raped and get AIDS, then I'm going to apologize. I'm going to say I never meant to do that to you, and I banned all of those motherfuckers, and they're never allowed back. Yes, they are going to flock here, and good. They should. At least then they'll be away from my fucking friend. That's that. I'm done with him. He has proven that he has no balls, and he cannot just man up to what he did. He can't even own it. Can't even own it.
harassment.
Look,
No, it's not harassment.
Leave
Stop
me
playing the
alone.
victim card. Are you Palestinian? Did you learn from the
Directly-
Palestinian to play victim?
directly addressing her.
What are you doing?
Directly addressing her. Disgusting. I don't have to put up with that. Rat fuck. He is a rat fuck. And I will not apologize. Except for calling him a small dick. That was the one time I apologized. Sufan, if he were a nice guy, he would show me the ban logs. That is a reasonable request. I am not being unreasonable in requesting that. Yes, he does. He does have to show me the ban logs. Why would I believe him otherwise? Does he understand anything about how any of this works? He can say that he banned them all he wants. If he's not willing to show me the ban logs, then I don't have to believe him. Okay, we have a real debate here, so... What's up, PP girl? This one's going to be a lot more lighthearted. I do not hate vegans. I told this guy I'm not going to be a hard ass. Hold on, I'm going to close my window real quick. It's very bright, if you couldn't tell. I did ask him to ban them. I said, did you ban them? He said, yes. I said, prove it. That's not that hard, and that's not that bad of a request. And yes, he's not a nice guy if he's harassing women on his live streams. He interrupted my friend's place of work. That is where she makes her money, and he interrupted it. He was extraordinarily unprofessional. I don't care how fucking nice he tried to be to me. He can try to suck my dick all he fucking wants and tickle my balls while he's at it. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. You can say it's not harassing all you want. That doesn't make it not so. He interrupted my friend while she was working. She asked him to stop and he didn't. And he couldn't man up and just show me the chat logs. Here, I'm done with you motherfuckers. Just... Great. Okay, hold on. Potato Map, I don't know what you're saying, but English only. I can't read that language, so I have no clue what you're saying. I'm deleting your message. Nothing personal. I just cannot read your language, so I don't know if what you're saying is appropriate. And yeah, it did go on for 2 hours. I don't even know if I told you, Potato Map, I'm giving you one more warning. I cannot read your language. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Carries Can't Dance. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Insector. And that's the thing, right? I expected him to be a little bit more man up than that. I'm not gonna lie. I really did think that he would push back a little bit harder, but he couldn't. He couldn't. He could not just own it. He can be like, yeah, I said those things to her, and what of it? Or apologize and say, yeah, you know what? I did say those things, and while I was saying them to my chat, I was in fact directly addressing her, and I apologize. She was working. I don't care what his opinions on Israel are. Okay, that only adds to my the fuel to the fire. Because what he said about Palestinians, by the way, was also particularly gross, but I wasn't even asking for an apology for that part. I was willing to let that one slide. Anyway, I told the guy not until 2, which is in a half hour. I told him I'm ready whenever, but I can't expect him to be ready until 2. He has been very respectful and patient, so we'll just wait him out. It's no biggie. We'll turn on some music. Disconnected and ran away. Yeah, sure. Cope. He says some really bad stuff about him that can get you sued easily. He can certainly try to sue me. He is more than welcome to attempt. I would love to see him try that. Oh, hold on, wrong video. There it is. Much better. In which court of law? Israel's. Israel will fucking shoot you in the back of the head for saying they smell bad. Not that I'm saying Israeli people smell bad. Just, you know. Netanyahu does. I'm sure Netanyahu smells terrible. Still very loud. It keeps getting quiet and then loud. There we go. I should play Oblivion 2 someday. Oblivion today. Oh, gotcha. I was going to say Oblivion 2. I've never played Oblivion. I want to see if Tina watches the conversation. I kind of want to see her reaction to it. The evil person stink of decay. Evil people really do look like they are just decaying, right? Like conservatives. Okay, Tina was in the chat. He looks like he gets embalmed regularly. Here, let's pull him up. See if that's true. I sometimes forget what he looks like. Ah! Ew, it looks like... Okay, hold on. Do you guys know that Mario Party 64 game where you have to like stretch out the face? Here, I'll show you. Mario Party 64 face stretch game. This one. Doesn't it? Like, fucking... What is happening here? Like, you pull the cheeks down. Like, even just one cheek, it looks like. And then, like, the ears way up here. Is it appropriate to ask, who did you vote for? I voted for Biden. So, yes, that's fine. Let me see if I can pull up an even better example. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, look at that. What is going on here? Oh, man. Good shit. Good shit. You should come visit Israel. I'm sure Israel's a great place. I'm sure Israel's very nice, and I'm sure there are very nice people there. I don't think that all Israeli people are evil, Sufan. I don't. And I think it would be inappropriate for people to say that all Israeli people are evil, disgusting, whatever. There are groups of people there who don't agree with what their government is doing or are just unaware of it. You know, it's okay to be unaware of what your government is doing and unintentionally supporting it. I understand there are many people like that, and I would never hold that against them, okay? But there are quite a few people there, quite a few, who do support it, and I don't like those people. It's nothing to do with them being Israeli. It is completely, dependent upon their support for the Zionist regime. Because Zionism is a regime. It is. It is a oppressive regime. What are your thoughts about Biden's actions about the Israeli-Palestine conflict? I'm disgusted and disappointed. Disgusted and disappointed. I think I wanted Bernie Sanders to win. If you haven't seen Bernie, here, you know what? Let's pull it up. Bernie Sanders' video is very good. Hold on. A lot of people are saying he didn't go hard enough, but you guys got to understand. Here, we'll watch it, but then I'll explain.
What we are looking at now is one of the more horrific moments
Turn it up.
In modern history. As you indicated, Hamas attacked Israel in a barbaric way, killed hundreds and hundreds of men, women, and children. Israel has a right to defend itself. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. But what they are doing now in an indiscriminate way, bombing refugee camps, bombing ambulances, killing thousands of innocent men, women, and children in violation of international law is simply not acceptable. It has got to stop. And you know, it is no great secret that the United States provides $3.8 billion every year to Israel. Now, they can say they don't want the money, fine. But if they're going to take our money and Biden wants to give them even more, they have got to recognize that they cannot offend American values, what we stand for, what civilized world stands for. So in my view, and I'm glad that a number of people recently, because I said this like several weeks ago, understand we need a pause right now in the bombing. We need to deal with the horrific humanitarian disaster that you described. I mean, the people have no water, they have no food, they have no fuel, their hospitals have been bombed. It is a total disaster. And we are on the brink of seeing thousands more people die. Hundreds of thousands of people were displaced. Where are they going? Can they return to their homes? Many of them are living in overcrowded conditions in United Nations facilities. And by the way, the UN has lost over 60 relief workers. So we are looking at a humanitarian disaster. The United States puts a lot of money into Israel, and our job is to say, yes, you have a right to defend yourself, but Palestinian children are as important as Israeli children, as important as American children. Stop the indiscriminate slaughter of innocent people.
Perfect. A lot of people say that he didn't go hard enough, but I think that was perfect. Because what you have to understand is that most people in the United States are still in support of Zionism. They can't separate it from Semitism. You know, being anti-Semitic, being against Jewish people, or, you know, people who are being, sorry, let me collect my thoughts for a second. You're going too fast. People who are against Jewish people, who are like racist or against Jewish people, are bad. Period. End of story. But Zionism is not being against Jewish people. It is being against a Jewish ethno-state. That's what we're against, is a Jewish ethno-state. And ethno-states in general. I don't like ethno-states. I believe people have the rights to freedom of travel. And an ethno-state takes that away. It discriminates against people who are not your race, and I don't like it. So Palestinians in Gaza have been getting bombed the fuck out for decades. And it's disgusting. Millions upon millions. Actually, is it million? No, I shouldn't say millions. No, it is millions of lives. I was going to say lost, but affected, certainly. I got to look up the exact numbers, though. Palestine versus Israel death toll. The current round of, this is from dddnews.gov. Here, we'll click on it so that we have an official source here, so we know it's official. What's DD News? You know what? I don't know DD News. I'm not going to say it's official. UN News. Here we go. Gaza death toll passes 5,000 with no ceasefire in sight. Gaza Ministry of Health indicated that the number of people killed in Gaza since 7th of October has risen to 5,000. Just since the 7th of October. That's less than a month. Women and children have made up more than 62%. 62%. This is from the UN. This is not a biased source. So when you ask me if Israel has the right to defend itself, yes, it does. Yes, of course. But defending itself does not involve hurting innocent people. Ever. Do death count is what determine who good and who's bad? No, not necessarily. But it is very telling. And again, women and children have made up more than 62%. These are just civilians. And this isn't even counting the male civilians that had nothing to do with the conflict. Hamas are bad. I hope you guys know that I understand this about Hamas. They are a terrorist organization. But Hamas would not exist if it were not for the Israeli invasion of Palestine in the first place. It says Gaza Ministry of Health, which also said Israel bombed hospitals, killing 500 citizens. Where does it say that? I know that hospital bombing thing was kind of weird, and I'm not going to comment on that, because that could have been Hamas. I don't know. But once again, I want to stress, Hamas would not exist without Israeli interference in Palestine in the first place. What do you think Israel should do? Pull out of Gaza. Pull out of Gaza. Completely, period, end of story. Can you answer what I asked you? What did you ask me? Sorry, I'm trying to get through a lot here. We're not in Gaza? That's a fucking lie. Yes, you are. Killing people within Gaza is being in Gaza. Weapons killing people in Gaza is being in Gaza. That is a presence, an Israeli presence in Gaza. And that needs to stop. And then what? And then they make peace. And then there's, I don't know what comes after that, to be honest with you. I've heard one-state solution, two-state solution. I think two-state solution sounds fine. I haven't really sat down to think about this a whole lot because honestly, this is not my bread and butter. I usually stick to topics of like abortion, trans rights, and gay rights, stuff like that. I don't really do foreign politics. Thank you for subscribing, Crush. I don't really do foreign politics that much. That's more Tina's jurisdiction. That's her field. Two states was no, I'm not. Again, I'm not taking a hard stance on what should happen after Israel pulls out of Gaza. All I want is for Israel to stop murdering innocent civilians. That's it. And I want Hamas to stop too. But Hamas is not going to stop until Israel does. Israel is the one pulling the strings here. So I don't feel like it's that productive to sit here and point the finger at Hamas over and over and over and over ad nauseum when the only reason they exist in the first place is because Israel not only like unintentionally created them, but then also stopped like legitimate counter forces from forming. They wanted Hamas to take over Gaza. They wanted Hamas to do that. They supported that because that way, and there's evidence of this too, that way they could point at an enemy and say, look, our terrorist enemy over here is trying to destroy us, and now we have full rights to kill anybody we want over there. You know, politicians over here and the UN are all saying, well, some politicians like Bernie, but like if the United Nations is siding with Gaza, then I don't understand why I shouldn't. That's all. Why do you think Arabs declined two states resolution many times that it's been offered? I don't know anything about that. All I know is that killing innocent civilians is not okay. That's it. That's it. Is that so hard? Do you guys think Israel should be killing innocent civilians? Do you guys condemn Israel and the, what is it called? The, what is it? The Israeli, the IDF. Do you guys condemn the IDF for their actions against the Gazans? I mean, you asked me if I condemn Palestine, or sorry, not Palestine, Hamas, and I said, yes, I condemn Hamas. Now, do you condemn the IDF? I think that's a fair question. Because they did kill a lot of innocent people, far more than Hamas did. If you're not going to have an honest conversation with me, I'm just going to ban you. I told you I'm not, this is not my bread and butter. All I said is that innocent people need to stop dying. What I do know is that the IDF is killing innocent people, and I want them to stop. That's it. That's my starting point. And I don't think that's a high bar. You can sit here and try to tell me and convince me that Israel is not, the IDF is not killing innocent people, but you're going to lose that because they clearly are. There is tons of evidence that I've seen. Okay, so it's just not, we all want the same. Okay, well then do you condemn the IDF for their killing of all of these refugees? Show me them. I can't pull up actual videos of them dying, but here, let me, hold on. I know this isn't a very good source, but there's a very good documentary that my friend sent me. Gaza Fight for Freedom. Right here. Gaza Fights for Freedom from 2019. And this is from 2019, which is 4 years ago. Okay? And this has like actual footage of things that the IDF has done that they need to answer for. You cannot, I mean, there's, the IDF has killed so many innocent people. Who is this? Ugh. The UN, the United Nations. Are you saying the United Nations is not a verifiable source? Who can I trust? Who do you trust? Who's your source? My source is the United Nations. I think that's verifiable. You know, they bomb hospitals, they kill journalists, they kill medics, they'll kill children, they'll kill women, they'll kill anybody. They will kill anybody who is in Gaza. And they'll do it slowly. They'll drip feed it. They're literally, they described it as putting Gaza on a diet. That's so disgusting to me. Disgusting. Putting Gaza on a fucking diet. Calculating down to the fucking number, the minimum amount of caloric intake that each Gazan needs so they can send just enough food, which a lot of will spoil and not get eaten. What do you mean not on purpose? Yeah, IDF is an advanced military, but always goes, oops, we weren't able to actually determine who our targets were. Yeah, great point. Yeah, oopsie doopsie. Wait, what's a fact? I don't see it. You say you don't know much, but let me ask you this. Do you know what happens before Israel is striking a building? I don't care what happens. They struck a building with innocent people in it. What more context makes that okay? What context makes that okay? That you would bomb a building with innocent people in it. I don't care if a war criminal was in there. Don't care. If you need to get a war criminal, get the war criminal. Don't kill innocent women and children. You don't do that. Ever. And you can say, oh, it's war, it happens. No. There's a difference between collateral damage and war, which does happen, and that's still wrong, and I hate war, but it does happen. So there's a difference between that and actually going after buildings that you know innocent people are in. I don't trust anything the IDF says, I'm sorry. They've proven themselves untrustworthy. And for that matter, a lot of sources coming out of Palestine have also proven untrustworthy. We got a false report of that hospital of like 5,000 or something people dying, 500 billion people or something from that hospital dying. And then it turned out they just like bombed the parking lot. So that was a false report from inside of Gaza. So I don't know who to trust at this point. But the United Nations is I think, a reasonable fallback. Just like America does oopsie doopsie in Afghanistan? Yes, just like that. Good point. I'm sorry, my friends, you do not have the knowledge to this debate. I know that. All I know is that innocent people should not die. That's it. Innocent people should not be killed. And what I do know is that the IDF is killing them. Yeah, why do you think that I would support what we did in Afghanistan? That shit was demonic. You know, I'm not, unlike many Israeli people and frankly American people, I don't fall on the dagger of defending America and everything that America does. I don't do that. We all want that, but if you go too deep, if you go deep inside, you'll understand it's not possible. I don't believe that. Sorry. I'm not that much of a pessimist. You can be a pessimist cuck if you want, but I'm not doing that. I have a positive worldview, and I believe that it is possible to stop the fighting and stop the bloodshed and stop the killing of innocent people. And I have to believe that. If I don't believe that, I can't... What can I believe? The USA also started doing that after we started. The USA sucks. Okay? The USA fucking sucks. Sufan, whatever I end up learning is not going to be enough for you. Unless I agree with you. I already know that. I already know that. So I'm not going to cede to that. Okay, we can disagree. It's fine. It is a nice worldview. And you know what? I think it's possible. Okay, what's roof knocking? I don't know what that is. Roof knocking? Hold on. You guys are lucky my debate partner is taking his time. All right, what is this? Roof knocking. Or knocks on the roof. Term used by the IDF to describe its practice of dropping non-explosive or low-yield devices on the roofs of targeted civilian homes. Why would they do that? As a prior warning of imminent bombing attacks. I don't care. Why are they bombing innocent buildings? I don't care. You can give these people all the warning they want, but at the end of the day, most of them are not going to be able to leave. You are literally taking a group of people that have almost nothing, and telling them you need to pick up all the shit that you do have and get the fuck out. And you have to do it by sunrise or you're dead. And that's what's happening. You know, like, they did not give the Gazans nearly enough time to evacuate. Nearly. And with the shit that I saw in that documentary, I just cannot see myself ever endorsing anything that the IDF has done during this conflict. It's disgusting. It's a warning? Yes, and it's a shitty one. They shouldn't be bombing them to begin with. If you have all the info from where? The IDF? Do you want me to go looking at what the IDF says about the IDF? The IDF investigated themselves and found no wrongdoing. Is that what you want? Because I already looked at the United Nations, and I trust them more than I do the IDF. What IDF can do more? Pull out of Gaza. Pull out. Period, end of story. Pull out. That's what they should do. Yeah, at bare minimum. So you saw one documentary. Yes. And that's not enough. And you're correct. But I've also seen data from the United Nations. And the stuff that I saw in the documentary, by the way, was just a small sampling of what goes on there every fucking day. And the United Nations has data to back up everything that I saw in there. Hi, it's Tina. Oh, hi, Sock. I didn't know that. Hi, Tina. I'll start Tina, I'm gonna start calling you Sock. Excuse me. Israel is not living in terror. I understand that there was one terror attack, and that's tragic. Innocent people died, and Hamas has to answer for that. They're a disgusting group of scumfucks. They are. But they only exist because Israel invaded Palestine in the first place. If Israel had never done that, Hamas would not exist. Israel also endorsed Hamas taking control of Gaza. I've already explained this. I have already explained this. So pinning my primary rage at Hamas is just wasting breath and time. Yonatano, you're about to get a ban. I did not say no terror. I said Hamas is a terror organization. I said that. Did I say that? Pretty sure I said that. You're so smart. So are you, buddy. So are you. Have a nice life. We live in terror constantly? That's bullshit. Sorry. Gaza lives in terror constantly. If you personally live in terror constantly, you can say it. If you personally get those new roof knocking on your roof, do you get roof knocked? Do you get roof knocked? Tell me you get roof knocked. Tell me that you've had to move. Go ahead. Go ahead. No. I want to hear it. Tell me that you've gotten roof knocked. Go ahead. I'm sure it's happened. You're living in terror. You had to move? Okay, that sucks. I'm sorry. You want to see articles? Sure, link them. I'm sure there'll be very well-sourced articles from the IDF. 300,000 evacuations. Somehow I don't believe that. But sure, link the article. We'll take a look. You didn't get a warning before the terror attack? Okay, what was the terror attack? What happened? Listen, okay, let me back up a little bit. Let me chill out. Let me chill the fuck out, okay? If you are just the average, run-of-the-mill Israeli citizen, if that is the case, and for most people that is over there, most people, they're just living their lives, and I get that. And that's your life, and you're just chilling out. And then suddenly Hamas attacks. Maybe they kill a loved one of yours. Maybe they destroy your house. You know, maybe you stub your toe on one of their tanks. Who knows? I don't even think they have tanks, but you get my point. Let's say that something happens to you as a result of Hamas, which is possible and does happen and has happened and likely will happen again. And I believe that. I understand why you would say that Hamas is the primary villain. I get it. But I'm looking in from the outside. So while I understand Hamas is a problem, once again, I have to stress this. They only exist because the IDF invaded Palestine. So I can't bring myself to simply condemn Hamas without also condemning the IDF, because they're the IDF's fucking baby. The IDF birthed them and raised them. Okay? So if you're going to be mad about Hamas, that's fine, but understand that the IDF is the reason they exist in the first place. Okay? And history will make this clear. Hey, Tipster, what's up, man? Good to see you. Go follow Tipster if you're not, guys. Go subscribe. Tipster's great. And no, I'd rather not do a debate on it. Okay? I have one coming up about veganism. In fact, he should be ready. When did the IDF conquer Palestine? I don't know the exact timeline. It was like 70-something years ago. I believe that if I have it right, and take this with a grain of salt, but if I have it right, I believe that the United States heavily funded the state of Israel. And actually, I believe that the way that this came about is that during World War II, Palestinians took in a lot of people who were being targeted, by outside forces. And then a lot of those people ended up turning on them. I could be wrong. That's fairly sure from the documentary. That's what I remember, okay? I'm not the most educated on this. Like I said, all I know for a fact, could you please look what up? IDF conquer Palestine. 1948 Palestine War. 1948 Palestine War was fought in the territory of what had been, at the start of the war, British-ruled Mandatory Palestine. It is known in Israel as the War of Independence, and in Arabic as a central component of the Nakba. It is the first war of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and the broader Arab-Israeli conflict. During the war, the British terminated the mandate and withdrew, ending a period of rule which had begun in 1917 during the First World War. Beforehand, the area had been part of the Ottoman Empire. In May 1948, the State of Israel was established by the Jewish Yishuv, its creation having been declared on the last day of the mandate. During the war, around 700,000 Palestinian Arabs were displaced. After the war, the former territory of the mandate was divided among the State of Israel, which captured about 78% of it. So they just captured land. And excommunicated, or what was it called? You know what I mean? A bunch of they displaced a bunch of Arabs. I didn't ask to have this conversation with you guys. All I said is that I want your daddy to stop fucking with my friend. That's it. That's it. If my friend really did want to have a debate with Tina, guess what? He probably could have gotten one. He just had to be professional about it. Instead, he had to act like a big swinging dick and go into her chat uninvited, her stream on while he was live, and then allow his chatters to sexually harass her. And all I asked before dropping all of this, just dropping it, is show me the ban logs. He said I banned them. I said prove it. He could not prove it. So now we're here. No, I don't want to call right now. So stop asking. We're done talking about this. Bro, so please stop saying stuff you don't know like it's the truth. You know what the real truth is? Truth is, I'm tired of you. Goodbye. Have a nice life. I said I'm done. Y'all motherfuckers gotta learn to respect boundaries. Okay, and I don't publish things that I don't have a clue about. I trust people. I trust certain sources to give me information about what's going on over there. I'm not over there. So I have to go off of a source. And the source I trust over the IDF, which I think is reasonable, is the United Nations. And the United Nations is very not happy with Israel right now. And I think it's completely fair and justified to trust the United Nations over Israel. Especially because Israel has been caught red-handed lying. Why aren't you willing to do a debate with someone? Because I'm not that well prepared for one. That's why. And also, it's a waste of time. I just don't want to do it. Okay, I don't want to. I told you, I have sources that I trust. I'm sure there are plenty of people on my side of the aisle who would love to have that debate with you. Okay? But for the love of God, be polite and just DM them. Or even just go into their chat and ask. You know, that's fine. I don't have a problem with you guys asking for a debate just once. But if I say no, that's it. That's it. You know, I'm not obligated to give you my time or patience. Where's this guy at? We were supposed to have a debate. We're going to just have to jump into the next segment. Enough Israel-Palestine talk. Okay. I don't think I can even trust the United Nations at this point. I don't trust the United Nations on everything, but I sure as hell trust them over the IDF. And I think that's reasonable. We're moving on. No more talk about Israel or Palestine. Don't do it. I'll time you out. I'm talking about my home state now. I gotta stand up. Hold on. I gotta start using the stand feature on my desk more. It's not healthy to stay sitting all the time. Okay. Sorry. Damn lights. Okay. Really got to get more hue lights. Yee, standing desk. Okay, so I live in the lovely state of Ohio, GAT, for Vosh fans, because I know I have a lot of crossover now. I won't be making a habit of that. But I live in the lovely state of Ohio. So we had, for a brief moment in time, something that's called a heartbeat bill, right? And basically what the heartbeat bill does is it makes it so that women who are, or anybody who's pregnant, cannot get abortions after 8 weeks, which is when the heartbeat starts for the fetus, right? Cannot get an abortion. It is illegal, with exceptions to the mother's life. Now, if you saw my abortion debate, you would know that the exceptions usually don't take root because of the chilling effect. And what the chilling effect does is it leaves enough room for these exceptions to be legal, but it still scares doctors enough that they won't participate the abortion anyway because they don't want to put their license and their livelihood at risk. Okay? And it is a very, very difficult situation that we put them in, and it's disgusting that we put them in that situation. They should have the jurisdiction to make these decisions. Now, the anti-abortion group, the forced birther group, is a special kind of disgusting. And so they don't just stop at abortions. They like intentional medical abortions. They say, if you have a miscarriage, right? If you have a miscarriage, we're going to find a way to punish you for that too. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, how can that be, Alec? How can you punish somebody for something that is entirely outside of their control and which may very well be very tragic for that person because maybe they wanted that baby, right? Most miscarriages happen to people who actually wanted to carry that pregnancy to term, you know? So, you know, it sucks that we even have to discuss this, but recently a case came up that we have to talk about, so let's talk about it. So, recently this happened. This was published November 2nd, so 3 days ago. Woman's miscarriage leads to abuse of corpse case before grand jury. So what this means is they're not charging her for murder. They're not charging her for, killing somebody or anything like that. But they are still considering the fetus a human at this point in time. Because the only way that you can abuse a corpse is if you consider the fetus a human being. Now, what did she do exactly? Did she swing it around? Did she bash its head against a rock or anything like that? Did she hang it up above her fireplace? No. We'll get into what happened. So, Warren, Ohio. The case against a Warren woman charged with abuse of a corpse is now headed to a Trumbull County grand jury. Brittany Watts, 33, was overcome with emotion Thursday afternoon after learning her case is moving forward. Watts is charged with felony abuse of a corpse, a felony offense, accused of trying to plunge a toilet after having a miscarriage delivery at 22 weeks while using the restroom. So this lady wanted the baby, clearly. And she was just sitting there, and then there it goes. There it goes. Nobody's fault. Nobody could have predicted or prevented it. It just happened while she was just sitting there on the toilet. So this fetus falls into the toilet, and I don't know the exact details. I don't know if it, yeah, okay, so here we go. We're going to get into the details. She said she felt the baby come out, and there was a big splash, said Detective Nick Carney with the Warren Police Department. They are referring to this as the baby, by the way, which is improper. In colloquial terms, it's fine, in my opinion, but if you're doing legal stuff, you cannot make these, you have to make that distinction between baby and fetus. You have to. Forensic pathologist Dr. George Sturbens testified an autopsy found no injury to the fetus and that the unborn fetus had died before passing through the birth canal. He said Watts' medical records showed she visited the hospital twice before the delivery. The fetus was going to be non-viable. It was going to be non-viable because she had premature ruptured membranes. Her water had broken early, and the fetus was too young to be delivered, Sturbens said. Both the assistant prosecutor and Watts' attorney argued why this case should or should not move forward. The issue is not how the child died when the child died. They're still calling it a child, by the way. It's the fact that the baby was put into a toilet large enough to clog up a toilet, left in that toilet, and she went on with her day, said Warren Assistant Prosecutor Louis Guarneri. This 33-year-old girl with no criminal record is demonized for something that goes on every day, said Tracy Timko, defense attorney. Warren Municipal Court Judge Terry Ivanchuk found probable cause to bind the case over. There are better scholars than I am to determine the exact legal status of this fetus / corpse / body / birthing tissue / whatever it is, Ivanchuk said. Matter of fact, I'm assuming most of these issue ones all about at what point something becomes viable. Yes, and we're going to get into issue 1. So this is just a disgusting, horrific, depressing situation. Nobody wanted this. Oh, shoot. You know what? Hold on. Sorry. Now I'm going to have to edit this, but I forgot to tell people that I'm live. I just remembered. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, they always say baby or child. So horrific, right? I can't fathom what this woman's going through, especially now that she's under legal scrutiny. It's disgusting. This is happening specifically because we consider the fetus a human, or at least some people do, right? Yes, pro streamer, thank you. Specifically because we consider the fetus a human. That's why this is happening. And that's the problem. The fetus cannot be considered a human being legally, or else we get situations like this where innocent people go to jail. You know, I have no idea who this woman is, but she probably works a productive job. She might have other kids. She probably has a husband. She probably has other family like parents and grandparents and cousins that all care about her very much, brothers and sisters, right? All care about her very much. She has a life, is the point. A life. And now her life is compromised, very much compromised. It could be over. That's a felony offense. Felony. For messing with a corpse. Imagine for 1 second seeing that on a resume. Are you going to hire that person? if it's on their resume that they were arrested for messing with a corpse and charged with it and then indicted for it? I mean, I wouldn't. I sure as fuck wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think you would either. Nobody in their right mind would. So her life could be over if she's found guilty. And it's awful. It's awful. So this is going on right now. I did get into contact with Tracy Timko on Facebook. I have not gotten a word back, but I would love for her to come on and talk about what's going on to the extent that she can. Obviously, this is a very sensitive situation, but to whatever extent that she can talk about it, I would love for her to come on and give her 2 cents. So Tracy, if you're watching this, I sent you my channel. Please, I would love for you to come on. But yeah, it's just tragic. It really is. And then these disgusting judges and these disgusting force birthers just really get my goat, man. They really do, to put it lightly. So let's move on to the next part of this, which is hopefully going to be a little bit lighter. Not that. I retweeted it. There we go. So, called issue 1. Now, this may be confusing because I made a video about issue 1 back in August. This issue 1's different. There was a special election in August for issue 1, which tried to stop this issue 1, as it happens. In August, issue 1 was, we're going to make it so that we're going to basically compromise democracy. So that in order to amend the Constitution in the state, it has to be a 60-40 vote, not 50+1. So you have to have a 60% majority to change the Constitution. And the reason that they did that, which it failed, by the way, it failed, thankfully, but the reason they did that was to prevent this, because they knew that this would pass, because they're pussies. So they decided, we're going to try to get ahead of it. We're going to try to make it so that they can't vote on it at all, or if they do, it won't matter. And they failed. So now this only needs a 50+1 majority. 50+1 majority, sorry. And I think that we're going to get it because most people support abortion rights. And the ads that I've seen for issue 1 have been very good because they focus on, you know, we can't make it so that rape victims are forced to give birth, you know, and also I think that I'm pretty sure it has something to do with people who are underage being able to get abortions. Because people, like the whole thing here, hold on, I want to pull something up. Let me see if I can find this. You're going to have to give me a minute. Because I got something in the mail. It's like Ohio issue 1 mailing. Here, vote no mailing. Hold on. I gotta go through my history. You guys can't see my porn. History. Excuse me. This would have been forever ago. Sit. Hell yeah, this is it. Okay, perfect. So I found the YouTube video. So these guys, see the language is what they're called. These guys sent me a letter in my mailbox. I left a comment. I just got your letter in the mailbox, and I wanted a representative to come on stream and talk to us. But, oh, it's fine, Donovan. We'll talk in just a second. I got to finish the segment. Okay, so these guys sent me a letter, and they sent a bunch of people a little thing. Not a letter exactly, but it's just a thing. You know, basically it's explaining why they're against issue 1. So since we got the video, we might as well just watch it, right? Let's just stick it into the segment. Let's take a look.
What is Ohio issue 1 and what does it mean?
Issue 1 is a constitutional amendment, which means it will be added to the highest level of law in the state of Ohio. All forms of government, including the Ohio legislature and the Ohio courts, must conform to the words of the Constitution.
Also, hello to all the Twitch people. I apologize for the inconvenience. Thank you for understanding.
So what is the language Ohio voters are being asked to approve?
Every word in a constitutional amendment matters. When the provisions of this measure are challenged,
Agreed.
the courts will presume that the people of Ohio meant every word on the page. If definitions are lacking or certain clauses are left intentionally vague, the courts will presume the amendment was open for interpretation.
Okay, so this is exactly what they sent us. It looked exactly like this, word for word. It says the word woman does not appear in this entire amendment. Okay, and it says Article 1 is the Bill of Rights. I don't know why they would point that out. Because I think that it should be in the Bill of Rights. Abortion rights. It should be in the Bill of Rights because it's so contentious and we need to state openly and clearly that you are allowed to have an abortion, period, end of story. So I agree with that. We won't go through all these. I'll just get like the bigger ones. More accurate title should be the right to reproductive decisions. Okay, I don't care. No parental consent for minors. Yeah. Well, also, I think that you do need parental consent unless the doctors can say, well, they came to me and said that their parents are abusing them or their life is at risk, etc. You know, doctors make those decisions. Any age, including minors. Yes. Yeah. I think that minors should be the focus, not gender specific. Okay. And throughout all 9 months. Yes. Once again, I need to stress, if a fetus is being strangled by its umbilical cord at 9 months, it could be right before birth. It could be during the process of childbirth that this happens. And this is not the only situation, but this is the one that I know. So I'm going to jump to it. It is possible for them to be strangled by their umbilical cord and not save it. It's possible for that to happen. And if that happens, and abortion is illegal, guess what? They can't get the dead fetus out because that's considered an abortion. And that's what these people want to outlaw. And it's disgusting and it can kill people. That will kill somebody. Includes group activists, schools instructing minors on sexual practices. Yes, I agree with that. We should do that. Undefined includes mental health. Yeah. And subjective judgment on abortionist. What's subjective about it? The abortionist is now protected by the Constitution regardless of the outcome of aborting a fully viable human child. Yes, good. They're really selling me on this, gotta say. Let's look at the final thought. The Ohio legislature will have no power to mitigate against the abuse of this language because this would be a constitutional right. Thus, the people of Ohio will be silenced on the subject. Cool. I don't want the fucking people of Ohio telling me if I can get abortion, if I could get one.
What other
But, yeah, they really sold me on it, man. Gotta say.
choice will they have? Many people have reviewed this language and have come away with more questions than answers. Here are just a few.
What is the new right being created and placed in the Constitution? Because the actual words state every individual has a right
Yes,
to
correct. They will not be as easily able to remove the dead fetus. Correct.
make and carry out one's own reproductive decisions.
Well, the new right is actually a series of rights called reproductive decisions. If this amendment were just about the right to abortion, it could have been written that way. But the words right to an abortion never appear.
How many rights are there in this amendment?
5 rights are listed: contraception, fertility treatment,
Okay.
continuing one's own pregnancy, miscarriage care, and abortion,
Cool.
which is last on the list.
Are there more rights
It doesn't matter which is last. That doesn't mean it gets the less priority.
than the ones listed here?
Since the language is insistent that the list is not limited to these 5 decisions or rights, what will stop a court from adding more items under this new human right?
Good.
How many reproductive decisions
Conservatives famous for their specific language in bills.
are there? And who will decide what others exist? Perhaps not today, but in the future. Is cloning a reproductive decision?
They're going to start getting into philosophical questions about things that don't exist. It doesn't matter. They're trying to distract you.
Are gender selection abortions a reproductive decision? Are gender-altering surgeries reproductive decisions?
See, when they're doing this, so let's talk about this. Gender selection abortions. Let's say that you got somebody who comes into the doctor and say, hey, doc, I got a girl. I wanted a boy. Flush it. I'm not in the doctor's room with them. If I were in the doctor's room with them, I'd say that's kind of shitty of you. Okay? If I were the doctor, I'm not medically trained for that. I'm not ethically trained. I would have to consult with the ethical board and say, should we give this woman an abortion? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. A woman or whoever should be allowed to detach something from their body whenever they want and for whatever reason they want. So if that means, you know what? I'm gonna bite this bullet. If that means that they do not want a girl, yes, they should be allowed to have that abortion. Period. End of story. Is it a shitty thing to do? Yes. But I stand by that, and that's my conviction. Okay? The problem there is not the abortion. The problem is the reason for it. That's their right.
Abortions a reproductive decision? Are gender-altering surgeries reproductive decisions?
What about children?
This amendment only talks about
That's not true, Alec. No law considers removing a dead fetus as an abortion or would make it impossible. Okay, let's paint a scenario. Ready? Doctor is giving birth to a woman who's in labor. Woman tries to give birth, fetus gets strangled. Fetus dies inside of the woman. She's trying to push it out, but she can't. Doctor says, okay, well, the fetus has no chance of survival. We have to remove it via abortion. Okay? Fetus comes out dead. Dead baby. Whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. At that point, it's just a distinction of where it's at within or without the body, right? So, dead baby. So now you have to explain, now there's going to be an investigation. So typically, you could just document that as a botched pregnancy, right? A botched birth. It went wrong, baby got strangled, nobody could stop it, it's dead. And that's it. Medically, that would be it. But now you have to report that to the state. And the state's going to come in and they're going to investigate. And they're going to say, okay, well, can you prove that you didn't just kill this baby? Can you prove it? And if the doctor can't prove it, they'll fucking arrest him. Because usually the doctor just says, well, my charting is all right there. I didn't take any, I don't have any pictures or anything. All I can tell you is that this is what happened. And then they'll arrest him. They'll arrest him, especially if he's in a red state. So I don't buy that bullshit. Sorry.
There is no protection for children in any of the language. Whatever benefits are available to every individual are also available for children, who legally are individuals.
Is there a provision made for parental rights?
No, parents are not mentioned in this amendment at all.
Can the Ohio legislature modify or regulate this language?
No. The state is prohibited from interfering in any way with an individual's exercise of the right to reproductive decisions.
Good.
Or interfering
really
with
selling
any
me.
person or entity that assists an individual exercising
Really selling
any
me.
of the 5 rights on the list.
Is there some form of exception?
There is. It reads this way. Unless the state demonstrates that it is using the least restrictive means to advance an individual's health in accordance with widely accepted and evidence-based standards of care.
What does that sentence even mean?
Great question. It looks like that's what a court will have to decide because there is no further definition or explanation given.
Time out.
Okay.
Ohio has lots of existing laws on the books regarding abortion, parental consent, and the protection of minors. What happens to these laws?
That is true. And all of those laws are statutes. A new right placed in the Constitution calls all of those laws into question. Every one of them is subject to review based on the new right of reproductive decisions.
Will abortion be
Good. That's how laws work. We should, as time moves on, we get better at this shit. Okay, one day cloning is going to be possible, and we're going to have to figure out ethically what's correct about that. I don't have to answer for that right now. All I care about right now is that a mother of a child a mother of a fetus who has that fetus attached is allowed to remove it at any point for whatever reason they want. Period. End of story. That's it.
legal throughout all 9 months of pregnancy?
That's my stance.
The amendment does not use those exact words, but states only that abortion may be prohibited after fetal viability. Note, the law does not read that abortion shall be prohibited after fetal viability, so it may or may not be prohibited.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
Decides on the viability of an unborn child.
The definition of viability is left solely in the hands of the physician treating the pregnant individual. If that physician decides aborting a viable human child is necessary to protect the patient's life or health, no one can prohibit the procedure.
What are the rules?
Wait. Hold on. Let me redo that.
Physician treating the pregnant individual. If that physician decides aborting a viable human child is necessary to protect the patient's life or health, no one can prohibit the procedure.
Good. Who would prohibit it? Okay, so a team of doctors, or a doctor even, says if this person tries to give birth, they'll die. And you want to tell me That shouldn't be allowed? Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what's going on? Oh, okay. Well, at least they're saying it. They're saying it. There you go.
What are the rules on determining viability?
Fetal viability means the point in a pregnancy when, in the professional judgment of the treating physician, the fetus has a significant likelihood of survival outside the uterus with reasonable measures.
What are reasonable measures? How are they defined?
They are not defined. This is to be determined by the treating physician.
Yeah, because it's a gradual process and there's no exact criteria for determining viability. Like, you can try, but at 22 weeks, about 22 to 24 weeks is where it starts to become viable. If I recall correctly, it could go up to 26, but let's say 22 to 24. So let's say you have a 23-week-old fetus, and mom side decides, I no longer want this pregnancy. Whatever the case, doesn't matter. 23 weeks. Okay, if you have a viability law in place, and you say, well, we can't give you an abortion if the fetus is viable, you have to carry it to term, then you're just telling that woman, well, we're forcing you to carry this pregnancy. Because I don't if you can save it at 23 weeks, I think you should try to. But you should not do so at the mother's expense of her life or her long-term health. You can't do that. Or even pain. I think that if it's more painful to try to save the life of the baby than to just abort it. Period. If it's going to cause you pain, I don't know the specifics of these exact procedures, but if it's going to cause the woman pain, I think that's grounds for aborting it.
Alone on a case-by-case basis.
What is the definition of life or health of the patient?
No definition is given. It is solely the discretion of the treating physician. No one can challenge that decision.
Does this
and as we all know, physicians love to kill babies. They love fetuses. They love killing fetuses, right? We all know that they love it. They're all after the fetuses.
Abortion providers?
They're selling them to George Soros and Joe Biden.
Planned Parenthood into the Ohio Constitution?
Not by name, but Planned Parenthood or any other abortion provider can claim exclusive legal authority to define viability and avoid any form of liability for terminating the lives of viable children.
They're really selling me.
May not pass a statute regulating viability because this amendment prohibits any such interference.
Will this language be challenged before the Ohio Supreme Court?
Regardless of how many challenges are brought, the Ohio Supreme Court is obligated by law to abide by the state constitution as approved by the voters of the state. They cannot unwrite what is written. Courts have been known to fill in the blanks, however. The court is obligated to protect and uphold every word of this language, no matter how poorly written or defined.
Who wrote this amendment creating the right to unlimited reproductive decisions?
No one has claimed authorship over this language. A group of Ohioans submitted
Whoever did it is a hero.
Petition language to the state. Requests to the lawyer representing these petitioners regarding the authorship.
I'll add on to that. Whoever did it is a hero, and I don't want to know who they are. I hope it never comes out who that person is, because their life will literally be in danger.
Of the amendment have not been answered to date.
Believe it or not, there are more questions.
Disgusting that they would even ask that shit. Excuse you. What? Oh, you're trying to send people on a fucking manhunt for who wrote this? Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Than these regarding what these words will mean for the people of Ohio for generations to come. You can read
there's a reason they kept that shit private.
Entire amendment at seethelanguage.com.
Voting on this amendment in Ohio begins October.
So yeah, there you go. Yeah, election day, November 7th. I'm going to try to get this uploaded tomorrow. It's November 5th right now as of recording this. I'm going to try to get it uploaded tomorrow to tell people to go vote on November 7th, which is what I'm going to be doing, because it's extremely, extremely important. Because of because of situations like what we talked about earlier in the video, right? We don't want this. This is savage. We are not savages. We live in a civilized fucking society, supposedly. We're not fucking savages, and we were not going to arrest. I'm not going to stand for people arresting women for having miscarriages, especially not saying that they were fucking around with a corpse. A miscarriage is not the same as fucking around with a goddamn corpse. And if you think that it is, then you have lead poisoning. You have lead poisoning. Period. So, to end this, this woman does have a solid chance of being, whatever the word is, I can't think of the legal term, of being freed from this prosecution if, on November 7th, we are able to pass issue 1. There are other issues at play, but this video is focused on that one. So vote yes on issue 1. Disgusting. Whoever edits this, cut that out. Secure the vote for Brain fart. Secure abortion rights for everybody. Secure the rights to bodily autonomy. November 7th. If you're in Ohio, go vote. Better do it. I'm watching you. Better do it. There you go. Okay. I hate to do this, but no downtime. We have a debate to jump into. I gotta sit again. First a burp, then a fart. I didn't fart. If I did, I'd be honest. I'm proud of my farts. They're loud and girthy. Oh, brain fart. Okay, got it. Yeah, that did happen.
All right. Hey, Alec, what's up, man?
Hello. And how should we refer to you? Your name, your pronouns. Sorry, say that again.
You just call me Donovan or whatever nickname. I don't know.
Donovan?
Well, my family.
Donnie?
Yeah.
Can I call you Donnie?
Yeah. Actually, no. That's a bad name. Grandpa Bad Touch. Never mind.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Bad family history with that name.
So sorry. Donovan it is.
Just call me D.
D? I can call you D. No worries. All right. Pronouns?
Hello?
You there? Pronouns? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hold on. I think my mic disconnected.
Oh. Are you there? Alec?
Hold on. He can't hear me. Or they can't hear me. I don't know their pronouns yet.
Wait. Hello?
Hello?
There you are.
Sorry, I don't know
I'm
what
not sure
happened. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was working on the stream. I don't know why it wasn't working in Discord. But anyway, what are your pronouns?
Oh, he, him.
He, him. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Stereotypical cis white, whatever.
Perfect. Just like me. So, Mr. D, he, him. Excellent. We are going to have a little bit of a discussion. I hesitate to call it a debate because, like, I think on a base level, we probably agree that veganism is the ethically correct decision to make, right? I think that, ethically speaking, I said this earlier in the stream, but just for the sake of the video, and you are fine being on video, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be my first time.
Perfect. We'll go easy on you. But I want to be respectful because you seem like a good guy, and I want to hear you out. Just real quick to give you my position, because this is going to be about veganism and just like convincing me, basically, just tell me if I'm wrong here, convincing me that veganism, if you're not vegan, then you can't, basically, this sounds harsh, but you can't claim to care about global warming. Is that correct?
Yeah, like in my experience, it's like you're expecting somebody to give up millions of dollars to not even make a change in the world that would cause climate crises to drop below like 50%, whereas one change can completely negate over half of global warming that you can personally make a change in your life to do. And it's something that every individual in the stream, every person that you talk to, every person that is in your family, every single person across the United States could personally have an impact on taking charge and taking responsibility and accountability of their own actions to make the world a better place. In terms of global warming, not to mention the ethics and all that sort of stuff.
Okay, fair enough. I do believe in personal responsibility and standing by your convictions. So I hear where you're coming from. What I would ask you is, here, let's. I'm gonna jump straight to the comparison. Do you purchase shirts for like under $20 ever?
Oh yeah, I mean that I understand. I understand where you're coming from here. So
Yes.
um,
So I won't waste time then.
what? Okay, so basically, what I'll say about that is, whenever it comes to convenience and everything like that, I do understand that for some people it is impossible. But even okay, so in the 8 years I've been vegan while homeless. I've been vegan while making minimum wage. I've been vegan the entire time. I've done things which I would not suggest to anybody, but I've had times in my life where I've had to eat nothing but chia seeds and rice for like a couple of months for sure, and it was hell on earth. Let me tell you.
It sounds like it.
I never, yeah, eating that crap with like mustard and like freaking like I put like sugar on it or something like one day just to change up the flavor, bro. It was bad. But point being, like,
I have a huge amount of respect for you already. Seriously.
yeah, that crap was awful, but it was something that I thought that I think that history will look back upon us as individuals, and they will judge us greatly upon our moral shortcomings. Even amongst the left wing, where we're supposed to be the moral right, you know. I compare it to like slavery, you know. Uh, Thinking back on it, you're forcing upon these things onto others that don't want it. It's harmful to your body. It's harmful to the environment. There's nothing to gain, everything to lose, and the only thing about it that's like a positive is the convenience and the taste. Those are the two things that people jump towards, right? And
I
I
would
think
say
the
mainly
main reason,
convenience, but yes. Point taken.
exactly,
Point taken.
exactly, and I think that with a rise in demand, it would force it would force our government to kind of change the way that we look at our system as a whole. For every individual that changes, you know,
A
that's
rise in
hundreds of
demand,
thousands.
just to be clear, a rise in demand for vegan foods.
Yes, yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Not just vegan, just like I guess it'd be foods that be considered vegans. I mean, like if you consider peanut butter and jelly vegan, yeah, go for it. You know,
Right.
if you consider Takis vegan, you know, even even like the most junky junk foods, you know,
Oreos are vegan, right? I got you.
yeah, exactly.
That's the
So it's
go-to.
like, yeah, just like any sort of like, it's just to more drive down the demand for the harm of animals and to also preserve more of the Earth's resources. You know, global warming and global boiling has become an extremely hot topic. Um, I'm sorry if I'm kind of ranting
No,
on.
please continue.
My point, yeah, my point being is like, I just I want to see like like I know for a lot of people I think it comes down to traditions, you know. Who doesn't want a Thanksgiving without turkey? Who doesn't want a Christmas without ham? Who doesn't want to have like eggnog and like all the comforts that come with our childhood nostalgia and everything like that. It's kind of like attacking America,
Absolutely.
like the American identity as a whole whenever you do that sort of stuff. So
Absolutely.
my goal today would be like uh basically trying to, how do I say this, attack those traditions while also, because we got to recognize that
How about
those
just real
patterns,
quick? How about attack the elements? Just to steelman you,
yeah,
attack those elements of that tradition. You don't want the
yeah,
tradition to go away. Like people should
no,
still
absolutely,
celebrate Christmas, just not with a ham.
yeah, exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Just to steelman you.
Yeah, and you could still do different, like we do different things. My significant other, God bless her heart, she goes above and beyond to make some of the most crazy uh things that I've ever seen before. Uh, made from scratch. She makes vegan. She's made vegan turkeys, vegan hams, and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that every individual can do that across the United States, but
Of
the
course.
more people that do make that change, I think will cause will force change in the American system to help preserve the world. You know,
Mhm.
I think that if we decide to do that, if we decide to vote with our dollars, unfortunately, as stupid as that is, I know it's like, oh, like we're just one individual. how is that going to change anything? My thinking has always been, well, just because I'm one person, it also means that me as an individual, I've already saved hundreds of thousands of gallons of water. I've already saved so much, just as me's one person. I couldn't imagine what 10, 15, 20, 100 people have been. And not to mention, the community of vegans, I think, has gotten better.
Just
there's
just
still-
if I may request, may you wrap up shortly, so I can respond to some of your points. No, please, you're fine. You're doing great. I just want to make sure that I can respond to your points so I don't forget them.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to, just step in right now because I don't want to kind of rant.
No, you're doing great. So I hear you, and you're making solid arguments. You are. And I do believe, like I said, and just real quick for the audience, just in case people didn't understand where I was going. I know you do, but just in case the audience didn't understand where I was going with the shirt thing, that is a argument about like sweatshops and stuff, because that's where t-shirts under like $20, $25 are made, along with a bunch of other clothes. So if you're participating, my argument was, if you're participating in that practice, then what makes you think that I should listen to you about, the convenience of veganism, right? That was my argument, and he addressed it very well. So, and that's true, is that you do need shirts, you need clothing. And as far as veganism goes, you can, with very, very few, I think I don't even know like how many exceptions there are. Like you can basically get all the nutrients you need without meat products or animal products. As far as I know, no matter what condition you have. I'm sure there's something out there that requires some kind of meat product, but they're extraordinarily few and far between. So your argument is very sound. Now, what I would pose to you is, I do agree with you that perhaps there will be a day where society looks back and says, I cannot believe those disgusting, filthy heathens used to eat meat. And I hope for that. I do, because I don't want to kill animals. I think about that a lot, actually. Not like daily, but often enough. I don't like killing animals. I own animals. Own, quote unquote. I have pets. So it feels weird to say I own them. They live with me. But I have pets. I have little fur babies. And I hate the thought of eating that, or thinking somebody else might eat my pet. So I hear you, and I do hope for that future. But here's the thing. And here's where you're going to get caught up every single time. People tend toward convenience. All the time, no exceptions. So you're not going to convince anybody with this line of argument. You're simply not, unless they're already on your side. You're simply not. So in a productive sense, right, if you really want to get shit done, the way that you do that is you have to advocate for ways to make it more convenient for people to be vegan. You have to do that. And I think that should be done, by the way. I do advocate for that. What's funny is I was actually I'll wrap up here, but I was just wrapping. Sorry, I'm playing a game.
No worries.
I was just reacting to a video. It's called a series called The Tuttle Twins. I don't know if you know. Yeah. Did you watch that?
I just saw that. Yeah, I just saw a little bit of it. I kind of try to watch like a bunch of people like you, Shark, Vosh, all that sort of stuff.
Very nice. I'm honored to be a part of that roster now. Thank you.
Yeah. But after that Matt Walsh, bro, you fucking popped up.
You don't gotta stroke me too hard, but thank you. I appreciate it. But basically, the reason I bring it up is because there was that guy, that blonde Matt Walsh guy in that video, in the Tuttle Twins video, who was shitting on oat milk, right? And
I remember the demand. It was like the demand for oat milk raised the price of it to where it's more expensive than milk right now, and that actually leads me into my next.
No,
point.
actually, from my understanding, I think you're wrong on that, because from my understanding, the irony of that being in the video is that the dairy industry was heavily subsidized, and that's why oat milk's so expensive. Yeah. So I didn't know that going into the video. I wish I had, because it's so ironic that they would bring that up in a video about subsidies. And so that's why when I was like, there's no way oat milk can be that expensive. It's oats. I was wrong. It's like twice as expensive as dairy milk. And that's why people don't fucking get it.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part too.
Yeah.
So without dairy subsidies, like you're saying, and it's not just dairy too. The animal agriculture industry in general is heavily subsidized. McDonald's burgers would be upward, like I think it's like at least $20. They were saying predicting up to $50, $75, which is what I believe it should be.
Absolutely.
Because it should be a luxury item. It shouldn't be something that Americans should be eating every day. And it's proven time and time again with the amount of heart disease, diabetes, cancers that are caused by this stuff.
Red meat is really bad.
Yeah. Not to like ramble on too much, but that is exactly my point. If we took those same subsidies that were given to animal agriculture progress and giving them to the plant-based substitutes instead, our meals would be like 80% less. Like we would be talking pennies, like $1 for a burger. 50 cents for a hot dog. Like our milk would be like 30 cents for an entire gallon. Like, could you I could imagine it now. Food would be so cheap if we were able to get off the animal products and get onto plant-based alternatives in general. That's been something that I've wanted for basically my entire journey since I started this 8 years ago.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's something that I've always thought was interesting because everybody talks about like, oh, we need to like a big thing that like I also believe in is like we need to nationalize the energy sector, which is true because then we could move away from gas and fossil fuels. But like I think that like that stuff is kind of like the forest within, or like a tree within the forest. You're hitting one thing, but it's like a tiny blip on the grand scale of everything.
Interesting.
And we don't have to sacrifice that much. All we have to do is just change the way that we just because you need red paint, right? Does that mean you need to go kill an animal to get to like slice its throat and then like pull the blood to make paint out of it? Or can you get the same red paint from like a bead or like red lipstick or something like that? That's like $1. That's a really bad example, but the point being is
I understand.
You could, yeah, like it's like you're trying to. We can achieve these same things. We have food scientists that are literally that have been working on this for a while, which is why we have some of the great plant substitutes that we do today and beyond and Impossible. But unfortunately, without the subsidies that animal agriculture has over the plant-based or over the vegan substitutes, we won't be able to get the future that we need. And the climate crisis has exploded right now.
Yep.
As everybody agrees. And I think that if we could get onto the subsidies and getting that stuff into our fast food too, going from McDonald's to McPlant and Impossible Burgers into Burger King. Except for I'm not a big fan of Impossible. They use heme iron, which is a cancer causing agent in red meat. That's why Beyond is better if you ever are shopping out there.
Okay. I've had Beyond Burgers, not bad.
Yeah, not bad. But like
it's not as like what's the word? It's not like as it doesn't feel like it fills my mouth up as much, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I think the main issue with plant-based substitutes right now, if I had to target one thing today where I'm like, that's an issue, in terms of matching the flavor profile of meats in general, is you can't do the rarity the same way. So like say you want medium rare, well done, rare, etc. It's a lot harder to hit those notes with plant-based meats unless you have food scientists working alongside with chefs at high-end kitchens, for the super luxury dream pipeline of the future.
Right. So just to get back on point. So no, you're fine. Don't worry. If I want to stop you, I'll stop you. I'm very good at that. But the reason that I brought up the subsidies is specifically because, like I was saying, let me paint a scenario for you because I feel like this helps best illustrate my point. Say that you have a single mom of 5 kids. And she gets McDonald's for them all the time because that's all she can afford. She works 60 hours a week at 3 jobs, right? Let's just say that. 3 part-time jobs, 60 hours. And she gets McDonald's for her kids all the time and herself. You now have to convince this person to be vegan. How are you going to do it?
I would suggest her to go to Taco Bell instead. You could get cheesy bean and rice burritos.
Taco Bell is 5 miles farther than McDonald's.
Damn. All right. Same with Burger King and Carl's Jr. then?
They're a little closer, but still farther. McDonald's is more convenient.
Actually, yeah, no, those are. Then for that one, but rice is so much. I was gonna say because you can get beans and rice for super cheap. There's new top ramens that you can get for like 25 cents a bag. At Walmart, like at all Walmarts, I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive because I've been mostly on the West Coast my entire life.
Okay, well,
But
there's no Walmart. I'm in a food desert.
oh man, okay.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I mean that. I guess that's in like the extreme circumstances.
Sure,
absolutely,
but
yeah.
they exist. So my point is, that's an extreme circumstance, but that's to demonstrate to you what you're fighting for right now.
Right.
And what
right.
you're doing is an uphill battle. And it's going to be an uphill battle regardless, but that is like 90-degree incline. You're not going to accomplish anything that way. So, but rather than, in my opinion, rather than convincing individuals, the smarter utilitarian option to me is simply to make it more convenient for people to get vegan food. And that way you don't have to go through all the stress of like, well, it's more convenient to get a burger, or it's cheaper, or I like the taste of it. You have to make it so that these things, and a lot of vegan food does taste very good, but let's be honest, a lot of it's also pretty expensive and inconvenient to get. So you have to make it more convenient.
Absolutely, yeah. That's kind of been something that I've argued for years too. Is the subsidies made towards animal agriculture is a big problem in American society today. That's been something that I've wanted to fight against for a millennia now. Like I said, so I agree with you on that. I've been trying to find ways, or I've been trying to find any way of positioning against this stuff. Most of the ways I've been getting into it was I feel like once again it's always taking off a tree instead of hitting the forest. Instead of attacking subsidies, they always are like they try to attack big animal agriculture industries and say like you can't serve you can't have factory farms in XYZ place.
Right.
And
So
they'll sign petitions for that.
I would argue though that you're also hitting the trees and missing the forest with your approach, because your whole argument here, like the reason we're having this debate or discussion, whatever you want to call it, is you said like any like progressive person worth their salt who cares about global warming and climate change, whatever you want to call it, it would be vegan, correct?
I would say that you would do the best you could. You would do the most that you
Right.
could.
So like for instance, instead of red meat, I tend to get chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think chicken is quite as harmful for the environment. It's not quite as harmful for your body, etc.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's definitely like what do you call it?
A step up.
The best way I could describe it is like instead of taking a leg kick to your face, you're kind of taking like a short jab.
Yeah, and I think if you explain it to people that way and just say, well, instead of like getting a burger, how about a chicken sandwich? I mean, like, let's put it this way, and I know I keep using metaphors, but when I tell people to stop smoking as a healthcare provider, I say, listen, whatever amount you can smoke less is a win. It's a W. So if you go from a pack to a half, that's a W. If you go from a half to a quarter, that's a W. 1 cigarette a day instead of 2, W. And that's how you have to frame it.
Yeah, that's actually the approach I've kind of taken with my family too.
Cool.
For example, my uncle, whenever I met him, he wasn't about it at all. But then he's been slowly like introducing more and more things into the vegan lifestyle into his life since I've kind of brought it up to him.
That's good. That means that you're doing good work. That means that you are being very convincing. Good job.
And I've been doing it with my significant other's grandmother. She'll smell what we're cooking in the kitchen. We'll make her a plate too. And that's kind of that's part of my thing too. Is like as much as I kind of do think that like it is great work that you guys are doing. I just wish sometimes that we would take the time to sort of really focus in on how much damage the animal agriculture industry has done to not only push propaganda onto the minds of the American population and honestly the whole world. People still think that you need dairy for milk, even though it literally breaks your bones. People who drink more milk tend to break more bones than
Really?
people
Delve
who
into
don't
this.
drink
I'm
milk.
interested. Seriously.
Even back since the 1920s, we've been pushing animal products onto the youth with the food pyramid, scheme basically.
Now that I know. That the food pyramid's
yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like a prime example right there. That was I think everybody's seen the Got Milk posters at your local schools too. That is a direct, funded, it's directly funded by, Got Milk is directly funded by obviously dairy industries. And they put it into your schools. It's literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Posted where our kids see it. And everybody, and you need calcium for milk thing. I think that where I learned about that one was it was in an old documentary. I can't remember if it was What the Health or Cowspiracy, but point being, like, what they found out was like uh, they asked even an Asian man over in China, like, what do you need milk for, and he said for calcium, and then they ended up finding out like you get like 20 times more calcium by consuming like basically just random green leafy vegetables than
Really?
dairy. And
I did not know that.
yeah, and dairy also contains and this is a really scary part too, is after they found out that dairy had a direct correlation with breast cancer, instead of taking it off of food shelves, what they did was the dairy industry, like, for example, I'm not sure if you ever remember this. If you guys remember this, like Yoplait used to put the Breast Cancer Association on their lids, and they had the pink little ribbon thing on all the dairy thing, and said like every time you buy one of these, some of it goes funded to the Breast Cancer Association.
And you said that's like on milk. Sorry, I might have misheard you. Milk cartons or?
Oh, it was on It was on yogurt. It was on
Yogurt,
the Yoplait yogurt.
I missed it.
Yeah. I remember specifically as a kid, I remember seeing those, and then they were saying basically that, like, oh, well, that's great. Well, like now, like somebody brought up research that basically showed the correlation between eating like yogurt and eating dairy, and the correlation with that and breast cancer growth, and how we can prevent it in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And when that stuff was brought to the attention of people at the head of like cancer research and all that stuff, they decided to like shut it down and basically like hide away as much as possible. And they didn't bring it up to the attention of nobody because they were funded directly by the dairy industry.
Just real quick, I want to address in chat. Increased standard of living for humans will always be downstream from increased standard of living for animals. Sorry, switch that, reverse it. Increased standard of living for animals will always be downstream of increased standard of living for humans. You are correct about that, but here's the thing. Humans ain't going to exist if global warming takes hold, if climate change takes hold. And the animal industry, he is correct. D here is correct about this, okay, guys? The animal industry is enormous, an enormous polluter when it comes to global, climate change. Because, methane, like there's other factors, but methane from cow gas is just one example. So he is correct about that. So, improving, just besides the animal abuse, which is disgusting, even just for our sake, switching to like plant-based alternatives is a good thing to do to combat climate change. And I agree with that. So you're correct that humans will always come before animals, but to put this in perspective, this isn't just about the animals.
Yeah, okay, sure.
I was talking to the chatter. Sorry.
Yeah. To give that person even more context, because I'm used to, once again, like I've had swarms of people come at me over this topic before, bro. Like that's why I tiptoe around it so much, bro. Like I am PTSD from like 100 billion people coming at me like, where do you get your protein? Where do you get this, that, blah, blah? Oh, what about this? What about that? And it's like, oh, okay. You
fucking live under capitalism. Sorry, like that's an inevitable thing that you have to do. Sorry, I need my car to get to work. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it's like, exactly. Especially in my job, bro. HVAC. Oh yeah, dude, such a green industry.
Yeah.
Nah, dude.
I get it.
But what was I saying? The point, to circle back to that person, even if you were like, oh yeah, I don't care about any animals, dude. Like, what about us? Well, for example, people, factory farming in general, has actually led to worse living outcomes for minorities and immigrants as well. Typically, people who are coming over the border, they end up working the only jobs where they can, and these animal agriculture industries know that, so they'll make it harder for people to migrate over to America, so they can put them into the meat packaging industry, and that's where people end up losing arms, legs, fingers. You know, you eat this stuff too. It ends up becoming your ground beef. You end up, having fingernails and rats and and I'm sure like they allow a certain amount of bleach and cow blood into your milk as well. Like
Interesting.
And that's like a part of I believe it's like 5%. I believe that they allow 5% of
5?
Yeah, 5%.
That's insane.
I think it's 5%. Yeah, 5%.
It can't be that. You're lying to me. It cannot be that high. You know,
Unless I'm remembering.
you know what? I gotta look this up because I'm not trying to accuse you of lying, but like
No,
that
no
sounds
worries.
very high.
If it is, I could see it being 2 to 2.5, maybe 2. I don't know. I thought it was 5 though. And this was back in 2016 whenever I heard about this. I believe. Again, I've been out of the vegan statistics game for a very long time. I kind of gave up on it a long time ago. Just because like I wasn't able to really have a discussion with anybody of relevance, and I never felt like my voice really mattered, that sort of thing. Doomer pill, blah 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 blah. You know, after like I never saw my family making any changes and the people around me making any changes, I thought, what good am I going to do in the world?
Another thing is you have to remember with like dangerous substances like bleach and like lead, there's always going to be traces of everything in everything. So like in milk, by federal regulations, bleach needs to be used at a concentration of no greater than 200 parts per million, which could generally be achieved by using no more than 1 tablespoon of bleach per gallon of water. So it's a tablespoon of bleach that is allowed in your milk, in your gallon of milk, which I mean, still like like that still sucks. Like I'm not going to take a fucking tablespoon and dump it into my fucking milk. Dump bleach in my milk. So point taken, right? Like we do allow probably, if I had to guess, too much of that shit into our milk. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So point taken.
And that's not to mention also like decapitated limbs that ended up into our meat packaging and stuff like that too. That's all like that's all the like the jigsaw Saw movie horrors of the animal agriculture industry. I'm not even trying to like scare people with that sort of stuff.
Well, all you have to do, like I believe all of this without even looking it up, because if you know what Animal Farm is, which I'm sure you do as a vegan, like that is a horrific reality that people used to live in. It's much better than it used to be, but businesses will always push toward that reality again if we let them.
Oh yeah, Jungle Book as well too. Absolutely.
Sorry, the Jungle. Yeah, sorry, not Animal Farm. It was the one you said.
Well, Animal Farm is part of it too. Oh no, Animal Farm is the communist one. Yeah,
sorry, it was
Animal Farm.
It was the Jungle, I think.
Yeah, the Jungle Book was the one about the 1920s meat packaging industry.
Yes, that's the
one. That was that was also another eye opener for me as well. I'm sure for many Americans as well, which is why people have tried to push for more regulations. But unfortunately, the FDA has proven time and time again that they do not care about the American population, and they push profit over people. And the point, and I was also trying to make a point that there has also been, like, for example, because of factory farming being so prevalent, there was like a farm in South Carolina that was basically trying to use like the pig species to sort of like fertilize the crops and stuff like that. But because of how toxic the environment of factory farming was, like just walking outside and breathing air for the citizens of the area, it was so toxic that they literally all had asthma and they were all dying of cancer just from breathing the air. Like, could you guys imagine that? Like, like you're literally going outside and breathing poison every single day of your life, and of course they're majority black neighborhood. Yeah, they're and like that's kind of like, that's obviously something I want to avoid.
Of
not
course.
that like not that like, oh, plant-based agriculture is so much better. We still got corn and freaking soybeans and all that stuff, which, yeah, like, it's not great by any means, but you're going to feed it to the pigs and the cows and the chickens anyway, so you might as well just, cut the middleman out.
It's a good way of
Like,
putting it.
yeah, that's why whenever they'll go, oh, you think animal agriculture is so bad? You should see plant.
Well, another
They
thing
have
I
to
want to
kill the
add,
pig.
and I'm sure you know this, but it's okay if you don't. But I did in my undergraduate degree in biology, and we learn about like the food chain, and every rung you go up the food chain, toxins get more. What is it called? Their concentration increases by tenfold. So like if you let's take fish for example. Let's say that you have plankton, and the plankton has like let's just say 1%. Let's say 0.1% lead in the plankton, right? Just as an example. I don't know if this is true to reality, but just bear with me. So 0.1% of lead of this plankton. That means that if a fish were to eat this plankton, that means that the fish would now have a concentration, like if it consists on this plankton, I should say, the fish now has a concentration of 1% lead in it, right? And now let's say a tuna or a swordfish eats that other fish. Now that fish has 10% lead in it. So, every rung you go up the food chain, you get more of those toxins. And this is why pregnant women are advised against eating tuna and swordfish, because those are second-level predators. So, like just eating plant-based foods completely eliminates that problem. So, just food for thought there, if you will.
And the other thing that's crazy to think about too is this is where like you talk about those people out in the food deserts, where they have to eat the animal products because it's just more convenient. So it basically is like it's like a Band-Aid short term. I think that animal products can be looked at like this. They are fantastic short term survival tools. If you are stuck in a food desert, if you are stuck in the middle of Alaska in the wilderness with nothing to eat, animal products are 1000% the way to go. They just they provide fat and protein and tons of calories, and you don't have to and you can sustain yourself off of one animal carcass for months and months and months if you do it correctly. But long term, you are going to give yourself cancer. You're going to give yourself heart disease. You're going to you're probably going to introduce more toxins to your body, like the heavy metals, like you were describing, heme iron, which is what do they call it, carcinogenic. Bears, which going back to the bears thing that you're talking about, bears are known for having giant tapeworms and giving patients all kinds of just. Yeah, you can already see it now.
That's a great argument. That's a good one to use.
Yeah, not to not to scare anybody either.
No, please, no. But you have a great point, because that kind of rhetoric, it sounds like a scare tactic, but it's true, and you can tell them go look it up, because that works. It works. I know it sounds morbid, but you're right. It works. It's a great argument.
And to be honest with you too, is like another thing that I've always thought was interesting is like I used to love fishing growing up. I grew up in Washington State, beautiful place. I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's where Vosh lives too, so even more points. Yeah, even more points. It's a beautiful green area. It's getting more. It's getting less beautiful now that the sun is coming more and more, and the rain is hitting less and less. Unfortunately, yeah.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah, like my mother, she owns this beautiful backyard, 10 acres, and the pond is 3 acres, around, and it's so beautiful. It used to be home to like all these beautiful bass, but the droughts are just becoming longer and longer. It's becoming harder and harder to sustain that ecosystem, and it's so that's one of those things where like I personally see global warming destroying places that I love, and that's one of the biggest things that I've personally seen in my life that I was like, I want to make a change for that. I want to see that back. I want to be able to go catch and release some more bass. Like I see those things. I'm just like, man, like what have we done? What have we done to this place? What happened to the American dream? I can't even afford to rent anymore. I'm embarrassed of who I am working in HVAC of all places. I make less than somebody working at McDonald's, and I've been there for like 7, 8 months. I see people every day, you know, just like kind of going. Everybody's going about their business, and like nobody's even talking about animal agriculture, while the world just gets worse and worse and worse and worse every day. And like we could make food cheaper. We could fight inflation at the same time, and we could just be bringing back the beautiful lush green environment back to America. Make America beautiful again. Like hell yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Hell
fuck,
yeah,
fucking
brother.
great. Like fuck great again. Like let's make it beautiful, bro.
True.
Like I want a beautiful green planet back. I want my backyard back. I want to go fishing again, and I want the campfires, the bonfires. I just want like peace back and just like more love. That's like the goal at the end
Well,
of the
and
day.
that's another great argument to use is like nobody wants a fucking factory in their backyard. Nobody. And that's why you go to these richy areas and it's all like lush green. Well, as far as grass can be lush. But you get my point. It's clean air. It's green. It's, there's plant life. There's wildlife. That people like that. That is just natural, to appeal to nature, if you will. But you get my point. So yeah, you're right. And that's another great argument.
Sorry, man. So yeah, I just want to kind of put that out with you. Put that out to you guys.
Great.
I'm not sure where you guys are all from. If you hit me up in Discord, I will provide plenty of resources to help for change. If you guys ever see any local elections coming up, please, God, like I really want to take a stand against animal agriculture. Anything that we can do to stop that industry helps stop over half of all global climate change. So like screw the electric cars, screw the Elon Musk of the world. Like that shit can wait. Like right now, anything to halt animal agriculture, push subsidies for plant-based solutions is the way to go. 1,000,000,000%. Like absolutely. Like I can't stress it enough. Anything that we can do, it's like an imperative, not just for like morals, but like survival. Like I want a place where I can have grandchildren.
Absolutely.
I want. Yeah.
Just real quick, I wanted to touch on one thing real quick because just what brought us to this discussion. So, are we in agreement then that the optimal way to go about bringing about this reality is rather than like shaming people for not being vegan or trying to tell mom with 5 kids in a food desert that maybe she should be vegan? I think that we agree. It sounds like it that the best way to go about this is to instead. Leftists, you can convince leftists to be vegan. Like, I'm not arguing that. Like, leftists are far more amenable to those, those arguments. But even then, I would argue that shaming them is not the way to go. Telling them, well, you're not vegan, therefore you don't care about global warming. I think that
No.
And it doesn't sound like you do that, but just so we're on the same page. In my opinion, the better way to do that is to say, okay, well, if you can take small steps, switch from burgers to chicken sandwiches, switch from milk to oat milk if you can afford it. Just things like that. Yeah. And I think we agree on that, right?
Yeah, and the other thing too is I would also like to see just more discussions in general.
Yes.
Have the narrative pushed. Have put more offense, put more on the shoulders of animal agriculture, and try to it feels like everybody's scared to sort of target them. I don't see anybody throwing a jab at them, and I just I'm craving that. I'm craving that out of the left. I see it with fossil fuels, and everybody want to go after that.
And to be clear with you, there's a reason for that. Do you know why?
It's because nobody is. It's hard for them to. Well,
it's inconvenience, but it's also culture war issues. We're too focused on securing basic rights for women and gay people.
That's true. Yeah.
So unfortunately, and all of this has been 1,000% accurate, and you are right that multiple things can be done at once, but most people see it, like their central identity being legal, as rightfully so, as more important than that, and it sucks, but that is the reality we live in. And so that's why me and many others have instead taken to securing, to fighting for abortion rights and gay rights and trans rights and all that. And then this fighting the animal industry, unfortunately, takes a backseat to that. And it's very unfortunate. But that's why the faster we win these culture war issues, the faster we can tackle that other shit, right? So, this will take a cohesive plan, because we, as leftists, we want all of this. I think there are probably leftists that don't give a shit about veganism and they're wrong. But, to the extent that you'd have it. Let's put it this way: you'd have an easier time convincing them if they were allowed to get married to their partner. Let's just say that.
I guess I don't see those problems as much living in California and Washington State, where like
fair enough.
We don't care about that stuff. We want as many rights for as many human beings as possible. But I understand that America is a giant place. I've only seen certain areas. Sorry. But yeah, you've been amazing, dude. Thank
you
so
have
much
been
for
as well.
letting me-
Is there anything else that you would like to add? Anything you'd like to plug? Anything at all?
I haven't started at all. I'm actually using my phone right now. You guys can find me on Wild Rift. I go by DB Killing Spree. Find me out in California, Sacktown. If you guys want to hit me up in Discord, DB Killing Spree as well. Just if anybody wants to have further discussions about this, I would love to. This community is amazing. I love this small niche of people that you have here, Alec. Thank you so much for having me on, bro.
Absolutely.
You've been incredible.
Go ahead. Well, thank you for coming on. Sorry, are you done? I don't mean to be awkward.
Keep up the good work, man. Thank you for what you do, bro. Honestly, I would love to come back anytime. I would love to have future discussions with you.
Of course.
Anything I can do to get my foot in the door.
Of course. And you know what? I have a fundraiser. I haven't talked about this yet. I have a fundraiser coming up for abortion rights in Tennessee because that's Matt Walsh's home state and I want to stick it to him. But following that, if you want to work together and put together a little fundraiser to fight that, I'd be open to that. You seem like a great dude. You certainly stand by your convictions, and I have a massive amount of respect for you because, being vegan is very difficult. So you have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. From what I've heard, you sound like a wonderful person. You sound like that you just want what's best for everybody. And I hope that you remember that. And I hope that you carry yourself with pride because you deserve it.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
I will head out now. I gotta go watch my team get their ass kicked on national television.
Nice.
Shouts to Seattle.
I know
Shouts to Seattle.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good one.
Too.
That was wonderful. What a good fella. That'll be a nice upbeat upload, as opposed to the the shit I've been doing lately with debate, like the one abortion debate, and you guys get my point. That was very nice. What a great guy, honestly. And go find him on Discord. I can't remember what he said his name was, but rewind the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, rewind the video and go find him on. You can click on my Discord link in the description below. You can go find him on Discord and hit him up and try to see how you out there can get involved in some of these initiatives to fight the ever-growing and disgusting, monstrous animal industry. Because it is a real problem, and I don't want to downplay that. It is a real problem. I know that we're caught up in all these culture war issues and whatever, and they are important as well. But long term, these animal industries are going to fuck us completely and absolutely if we let them. So, rewind the video, go find out who he is in the Discord. I apologize, I don't remember his name, but I'm gonna see if I can throw something together fundraiser wise after the abortion fundraiser that I'm planning. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad that we were able to come to a huge agreement on that and just learn a lot about veganism and why it's so important. So, if there's anything that you guys can do at home to take steps toward that, even just switching from red meat to chicken, even just switching from regular milk to oat milk, not almond milk. Do not switch to almond milk. Bad. It's more expensive and it's terrible for the environment. So no almond milk. But oat milk if you can afford it. Any other vegan alternatives? Oreos are vegan. Oreos are vegan. Not saying they're good for you, but they are vegan. So you can be vegan and still enjoy an Oreo. But yeah, anything that you guys can do is, you know, one drop in the bucket adds up. Okay. And that's about all I got. Sorry, it looks like chats are showing up on my feed, but not on my like chat thing. So sometimes I don't see it. Estimated 500,000 infant deaths between 1850 and 1950 were caused by tuberculosis-infected milk. Jesus Christ. Yeah, sorry if I didn't read your chat messages. They will show up on the video. So, but yeah, that was a wonderful discussion. What a good lad. What a good boy. Oh, hold on. Here, we'll keep talking while I finish this out. I'll probably just end up quitting. The only reason I really play this during discussions is because it, you know, I got that ADHD spicy brain, and this keeps that part of my brain occupied while the other part of my brain can focus on the conversation. Oreo diet, here I come, baby! 50 different brands of flavors of Oreo. One for every meal of the day, which is 50 of them. I eat 50 meals a day, and they're all Oreos. What sucks is that even though Oreos are vegan in nature, they are calorie dense as fuck. So, one pack of Oreos would be like your entire caloric intake for the day, for like a normal adult. So, you know. Damn, I'm hungry. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go. I know I've only been going for like 2 hours, but, you know, I really typically only stream once a week anyway. I'm trying to work up to twice a week and start streaming Tuesdays, but it's difficult because, for one thing, I have to consider that that's more content to edit, and I'm already behind. And for two, that takes away from a lot of the things that I do on Tuesdays, which is, it ranges from sleeping all day to dishes and laundry. So, you know, just a lot to consider there, but I'll try. That's really all I had planned, though. I did not plan the first discussion, for those who were here for that. That was wild. We could talk a little bit about that. Yeah, that guy was something else, man. I fucking hate him. Just spineless, just gutless. And I'm not sorry about what I did. I'm sorry for calling his dick small, and he did admit that it was small. Didn't he have very heavy bottom energy? He did, right? I don't know if everybody was here for that. If you weren't here for that, there was a very heated discussion at the beginning of this video. He was the one who harassed Tina. And I was very pissed off about it, and I still am. But Tina reached out to me and said, hey, okay, man. Okay, man, chill out. So, I'm chilling out. I'm going to stop with the Twitter post for now and just hope that Twitch does something about him. And until then, I will be off of Twitch. Period, end of story. I'm not going to cede to a platform that allows people like that motherfucker on their platform. Openly, too. If he were affiliated, it'd be different. But he's a partner. He signed a contract with Twitch, and he is supposed to abide by their TOS and be a representative. So, the fact that he did that shit and he could not even... Like, he fucking lied to me. He's lying through his teeth that he banned those people. I highly doubt it. Because I said, show me the chat log. Show me. Show me the ban logs. Couldn't do it. Could not just balls up and do it. Or just lie, right? Just say my chat didn't do that. You know, which I can also disprove very easily. But, like, just stand by your shit, man. If you're gonna dump all over my friend, at least stand by it and say that's my dump. At least. I'm still gonna fucking hate you, but at least then I won't find you spineless. At least then I'll know you did it with a pair of fucking balls. You know? Just reprehensible. But c'est la vie. Where's the teleporter? I have no clue. My brain just like automatically starts attacking monsters in this game. And that's not always what you're supposed to do. How's chat doing? I haven't really addressed you guys that much today. I apologize. How's chat doing? Anything new? Anything to discuss? Any happenings in the world that I should be aware of or covering? And to that extent, if there is, let's try to keep it short, because I'm trying to make more short form content for Dubsy. I'm balls high. Stream is in 144p. What? Since when? There's no way that's for everybody. If that were for everybody, I'd be getting shit all the time for that. No, it's in HD for me. You guys got a brief flash of my history. Hopefully it was clean. I keep it pretty clean. I keep my porn tabs on incognito, so. Yeah, I think that's a you problem, James. It sounds like a you problem. Gotta be honest. Sounds like a you problem. Gotta be honest. Yeah. Just jamming that down your ear hole. I need to get a partner to play this with, because alone is fine, but it's so much better when you're actually playing with people and talking to them. I need friends. I don't have any friends. I do. I'm trying to get Shark to respond to me for my fucking fundraiser. I know that he'll do it if he just replied, and he won't. And I've DM'd him like 3 times in the last week. I'm like, come on, dude. Let's go. Fundraiser. Abortion. Tennessee. Fuck Matt Walsh now. Don't fuck Matt Walsh, literally, but fuck him metaphorically. If you literally fucked Matt Walsh, I feel like you would get all kinds of diseases from that. So that is a health hazard, and I will not advocate for that. Please do not do that. And also, it would just not feel good. I cannot imagine Matt Walsh keeps his asshole very clean. He does not have a bidet. Like I do. Because I'm civilized. I can't believe one of that guy's chatters, by the way, Matt Buhaz, was like, he could sue you for the shit that you're saying. Like, I would certainly like to see him try. It would be very fun for me to see him try. Did I miss this? I did miss this. Not that it matters. I'm probably just going to quit. Now that we're almost at the most extreme difficulty, I'm probably going to lose on the next level very quickly anyway, so let's just finish this out. Unless I get bored, in which case I'll just quit. I'm getting a little bored now, but let's get to the teleporter. Which I don't even know where it is. Hey D, how you doing? Hold on, is there a way to VIP people? I don't know if there is on YouTube, but hello, you're VIP in my heart. There we go. Okay. Yeah, thanks for coming on. We had a great talk. We learned some stuff. Yeah, I think honestly, at whatever point that I end this game, I'm just going to be done streaming for today because I've got other stuff to do. I got to get laundry done. I actually haven't twitched my load. It's been in there a little too long. Well, not too long, but you get my point. It's been in there a while. I gotta, let's see, what else? I gotta, yeah, of course, D. It was a pleasure. Huge pleasure. What else? I have to do my dishes. I mean, I just did my dishes, but there's more, so, you know. What else? Probably clean up a little bit around the living room. You know what's great about me? And how great my stream is? You guys want to know something about me that's so fucking great? Is, I got nothing to hide. So, except my sexual interests. But other than that, I got nothing to hide. But the reason I said that is because I just like have my living room open to you. You can see it all right there. Sometimes even my partner's in the back there. Don't look at my room though. It's my bedroom is kind of gross. No, I don't want to say it's kind of gross. It's just cluttered. It's cluttered. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I'm just the bee's knees. I'm just the best. Oh, my back. All right, we'll see how long I last here. If it's starting to feel like I'm going to win, I might just quit because this game can drag on forever. This game can. I mean, there was one night I was playing it for 2 hours and I still hadn't like gotten to the very end of the run. Which doesn't sound like that bad, but like there's no saving, right? You don't save it. You just do one run at a time. So if you leave in the middle of a run, you got to start all over. So I don't take great stock in finishing runs. It doesn't matter. I don't even know if you're supposed to. There's a lot of achievements that you just kind of gotta like do a half run to get. Yeah. Okay, I just decided I'm tired. We're gonna end it. We had a nice little bonus stream, and I'm done. I know there's a way to raid on YouTube, but I don't know how, and I don't know who's live. Oh, Xanderhall's live. We can raid into Xanderhall. How do you raid? YouTube, how to raid. How to raid on YouTube live. Easy tutorial.
Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? I just wanted to show you guys how to redirect or do a raid or after you do a live stream. So YouTube just created a way for you guys to raid other streamers after you do things you need to do. First off, go into YouTube Studio and find the tab that says Settings and click on that. And then once you're there, you want to go down to Community. And then after that, scroll down until you see Live Redirects. And then you'll want to make sure that you have the all channels can redirect to my content clicked if you want all channels to do that, or just channels that you're subscribed to can redirect to your content, or you can specify what channels you want to redirect to your content. So I like to have all channels can redirect to my content. And then once that is
okay. Hold on.
Click content. So I like to have
okay, live redirects. All channels can redirect to my content. Add a user for live redirect. Wait.
Of all channels can redirect content. So
I'm clicking add. I'm clicking the button. Wait, hold on.
And then you'll want to make sure that you have the all channels can redirect to my content clicked if you want all channels to do that, or just channels that you're subscribed to can redirect to your content, or you can specify what channels you want to redirect to your content. So I like to have all channels can redirect to my content. And then once...
Oh, I see. So if I just click all channels can redirect, then that means I can redirect to whoever.
That is clicked and done. When you
Okay.
create your live, or while you're live, you can do this at any point in time. So I'm just going to create a quick one here. This is just one I had set up. When you get to the customization tab, you'll want to scroll down and you'll see the redirect right here and click add. And then...
Hold on, where's the redirect? Wait, what did she do? Sorry, I know this is awkward, guys. Hold on one second.
So I'm just going to create a quick one here. This is just one I had set up. When you get to the customization tab, you'll want to scroll down and you'll see the redirect right here and click add. And then you can either add one of your own videos or you can search other channels and you can have them...
Well, why the fuck can I not do it here? Okay, hold on. Having fun now? Are you asking or just telling? Because if you're having fun, I'm happy for you. But I'm not having fun at the moment. I'm trying to figure out how to redirect. View in live control room. Will this help? No. Why can't I redirect? How to rate other creators of these
YouTube live read, really not the that happens. They're great.
Why the fuck is your intro 3 minutes, lady?
You're
Too long.
gonna go into your YouTube here, or you can click the button below it that says allow live redirects from scroll down to get to the stream already scheduled. Then you're going to want to schedule that stream. Fill in your title, your description, go through the process as you normally do. And when you get to the customization tab, scroll down to get to the redirect section.
Okay, if I already have the stream open, live.
Already scheduled.
Do I have to do this before stream?
And you're going to want to schedule that stream.
YouTube, how to redirect while live. Click a live stream. Edit. No. Okay, this is details, customization. Here we go. Okay, I found it. Live redirects. Add. Xander Hall. Redirect privilege needed. Ah! Yeah, I can't raid Xander Hall. You know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna redirect you guys over to Greycraft, but just his video. No results found. Why has this gotta be so goddamn difficult? Should not be this difficult. Choose specific. Wait, I can't redirect to his specific video. Can I just link the video? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, this is bull. You know what? You know what I think it is? It's because they need to enable redirect privileges. because the automatic is that it's off. So I don't know if I can redirect. I don't know even who I would redirect to. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm tired of fucking with it. So I'm gonna enter this in chat. This is Xander Hall's stream. Go watch over there. Okay. Now that that's taken care of, you guys go have fun with Xander Hall. I appreciate you all coming. I am sorry to those who are used to viewing me on Twitch. Hopefully they will take care of that ass fuck soon so that I can go back. If not, you can look forward to my White Forest channel, much like Vosh and Shark have and Keffels and all them. It will be coming soon, I promise, very soon. And then that way it won't matter if I'm on Twitch or YouTube because, of course, you'll all be on my website, right? So it'll be outletgunter.com. Outletgunter.com. It's not set up yet, but it will be. So look forward to that. And until then, I will try to be back on Tuesday, but no promises. I will definitely be back next weekend. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for coming.